It's the first time the entire season that I've paid attention to, and I pay attention, that we I think we've hit a tipping point, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And follow with me here, Dean Legge at dogpost.com. Make sure you're going over to the website. We need you over there. We're having record numbers. I can't even keep up with how many people are going to the site. You're missing out if you're not going over there. But I think we've hit the tipping point with this Georgia team because for the first time this season, Georgia is not only the betting favorite to win the national championship, they are actually now over 50% in terms of projected implied probability to win the national championship at about 56%, somewhere in that ballpark. I mean, it depends where you get your line, but you're anywhere from 52% to 56%. So you're at Alabama level. And over the last sort of 10 years, that doesn't mean Alabama's won it every time. They haven't. But, you know, they won it about half. And if you want to do the math, going back to 17, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, you didn't win it in 17. Here's your second opportunity. Is this the half? Because so much of life really is probability and statistical um, probabilities. But this Georgia team is going to need to take advantage of the situation they're in. I mean, you're one of the few teams, if you don't goof this up before Atlanta, and I don't think they will, but you're one of the few teams in college football, probably the only team that can lose their championship game and go on to play. We saw that last year with Notre Dame. We've seen Alabama back in without playing in the championship game. They did that in 11 and obviously 17. We saw Nebraska in 2001. It was shameful that they played for the national championship after losing by 30 to Colorado, but that's happened. It's just this Georgia team is really something else right now. I just it's hard to put into a narrative in adjectives and words. Words are hard sometimes for me, even though I talk as much as I do. That they've never been in this position before, and this isn't just some guy talking on your screen or your tablet or your phone. Um, this is the betting public saying this. I think they're right. I don't think it's a certainty they win the national championship, but I think you know for a lot of this season, y'all, I've been talking about how it's a long year, and we still do have a long way to go in a way. I mean, but we're 2 games from Thanksgiving week, and you know we've seen a lot of hype coming to that Clemson game. You wait till the Georgia Alabama game. Now, Georgia Texas A&M wouldn't be the same. Georgia Auburn wouldn't be the same. Georgia Alabama in Atlanta SEC championship game. The tickets are going to be $800. Like the get in is going to be like 500, or I don't even know it's going to be 500. So there's going to be all this crazy stuff. But the sharps out there in Vegas, or y'all on your tablets, are saying, hey, we like this team better right now than anyone, not only better than anyone else, but better so much so that we feel statistically they have a better than coin flip chance of winning the national championship. That's a tipping point. And if you observed this weekend of college football and you read Leggy's thoughts over on Dog Post, which you should be doing literally every single weekend, you can buy Dog Post for $1 for a month. You buy it right now, it gets you through the SEC championship game. I just spit something. I'm so excited about this opportunity for y'all. At a minimum, sign up for the newsletter. Georgia's not like everybody else right now, or the reverse of that, vice versa. You watch Oregon, good team, certainly could beat Georgia. I think Alabama, good team, could beat Georgia. Ohio State, good team, could beat Georgia. Tennessee, not like those guys could beat Georgia. Yeah. I mean, at Neyland and Stanford, no. But um, you look at everybody out there, and they all they're just not sewn up the right way. Now, I see the national guys. writing that like Georgia has no weaknesses, I don't know what that means. I mean, that's not right. There are problems. They're just minimized because of a defense that's not allowed multiple touchdowns in a game. Well, excuse me, the Kentucky game, they allowed multiple touchdowns. A defense that's not permitted 14 points. When we were younger, stupid story. When we were younger at Tucker, if we gave up first downs, our coaches would do push-ups. That's how we felt like we needed to dominate. Okay, they did some push-ups sometimes, but um, that's what it. That's what they felt like was going on. And then you watch this week, and when Missouri gets a first down because of scrambling from the quarterback, or Missouri, I don't even know, moves the ball in any substantial way, it's just it's odd. It seems wrong. It feels wrong. But then you look at the situation here with everyone else. The second betting favorite is Alabama, which I think makes sense. But in Alabama's case, you're looking at an applied probability of 24, about 24% best case scenario. So, that's not the end of the world at all. And then you've got Ohio State, which is not so far from them at about 20%. Nobody else is in the same universe as those three teams. But I would even say, you know, Oklahoma is about 6% chance. And people say, well, how can this be that like only the three teams, or how is it that Alabama is so good last year and then all of a sudden Georgia's so good this year? And how is it that Ohio State played in the national, watch what's happening in recruiting. It's been coming for a long time and it's unavoidable. Everybody used to talk about, you know, coaching and all this stuff. In college sports, recruiting is coaching, period. It is the number one thing you can do. You cannot develop what you don't have. I wish I could get closer to the screen to scream at you more. But y'all know this. It's going to make people laugh. I've been doing this for 20 years. And the 5 years before that, well, the 4 of the 6 years before that, I was busy either getting my ass kicked by somebody way better than me or watching us beat people we were way better than. There are situations where coaching matters, but you can't coach and develop what you don't have. So, in this modified capitalism that is college football recruiting, that's a zero sum game. You have to go get talent. Greg McElroy was talking about Jordan Davis and that no one else has someone like him. They don't. But Georgia has like three guys similar to him. Y'all are going to hear about Zion Logue at some stage. Now, it's not going to be to the level of Jordan Davis, but Jordan Davis wasn't Jordan Davis before this year. So, Georgia, have they hit the tipping point in terms of, you know, the national championship and all this stuff? Well, you were play away from it in 2017. In 2018, you're probably a Rodrigo Blankenship game kick away from playing for the national championship um, in 2018. Whether you beat a really hot Clemson team or not, I don't know. But Notre Dame wouldn't have been in that championship. Then it made things a little bit more complicated for Clemson. In 19, no, they were not the best team. And, just got knocked up and down the field by an LSU team that was hot and possibly the greatest offense of all time. Oh, until they played Alabama a season later, who was either the greatest or second greatest offense of all time. So now you got Georgia, which if JT Daniels were the starting quarterback of this team, there right now there would be a narrative out there that this could possibly be one of the greatest, possibly be the greatest college football team of all time. But people are so set on Stetson hating that they are taking their eye off the ball. If you look at that Alabama defense last year, I don't know if they're as good as this Georgia offense, comparatively speaking, apples to oranges. Same thing with LSU's defense the season before. Actually, I'm pretty sure Georgia's offense right now is better than LSU's was in 2019. All that to say, that discussion is not taking place currently. But we do still have 2 months left in this season. And the question remains, have we hit a tipping point? The betting public thinks we have. And you can save your comments about how none of this matters and blah, blah, blah. It does matter. It is a reflection of opinion. And you don't think the players feel that and see that? What about the Florida game this past weekend where they just rolled over and died? What about the Texas game this weekend where nothing makes sense? I mean, yeah, the kids can pay attention to these things, and I just think to me it's a acknowledgement of where Georgia's at versus where the rest of college football is at. Doesn't mean they're going to win the national championship. 56% is not 100% by any stretch, but they're sitting in good place. And as far as the betting public is concerned, they've hit the tipping point on the dogs. We'll see you over on the website, dogpost.com.